I mean, I prefer to him to have his own place so that there's other men not around my, if he, or like even their own room. I don't know, like there's men involved.
The mother, Ms. Ravinsky, is requesting a reset. The father is wanting to continue, and there is absolutely no agreement. But she's requesting to be reset for further investigation.
Okay, Ms. Ravinsky, why do you need a reset of your case?
Ugh, sorry.
In a brief, please, statement.
Yeah. I just want proof of how much he's making. It's very hard to speak about this. It's been a really long 2 years, and there's zero communication with him, not even about like the well-being of my children. One of my kids has a disability.
I'm not trying to take all your testimony here, ma'am. I'm just trying to
Yeah,
figure out
but I'm just
why you
saying
want
like
to
there's
reset the
no,
case.
I
We
don't
can
believe
talk at the
anything
same
he
time.
says. So his word for taking his word for how much he makes or when he works, I like don't trust that because he told me he works full time and now he's saying he works part time.
Okay, so
He
we
also
reset
told
the
me,
case. So we
huh?
reset the case. You're gonna be able to find some information to present to court at that point.
There's also, I mean, there's lots of issues to address. Like
I'm trying to figure out why you want to reset. I'm not trying to hear your whole case. You're saying you want to reset it. I understand you just got served.
I didn't know, well,
Okay,
because
so excuse me.
I'm not
Still
like, I
talking.
don't.
I'm still talking. I understand you just got served, so I'm amenable to a reset. I'm just trying to understand why. I don't need you to tell me about your side of the story. That's not going to tell me, I mean, none of that is going to change between us doing it today and resetting it for another day. The things that have
I
happened
don't
in the
need,
past are still, stop talking while I'm talking.
sorry, I didn't.
Those things aren't going to change. I understand if you want to research his income information, that's fine with me. I'm just trying to understand why we need a reset. And then when we actually get to a hearing, then you can tell me about the other stuff. But I'm just trying to find out why we're resetting it. So you want to reset it because you're not ready today and because you want to get some income information about Mr. McKay. Is that right?
I'm not really sorry for interrupting. I'm just not sure what to do because this is my first time to ever have to deal with something like this. I just, you know, it was my impression that he, like, just like me, I brought my paycheck. It's like to bring proof, but I mean, I don't need to reset. I honestly can't miss any more work. I've like maxed out of all my work days. The last court date I had to take off for this too, and I don't have any more days off.
Okay, so you want to go back and negotiate your case?
I
with
mean,
the
I would
judge's
love
office?
to, if we could get to a negotiation, yeah.
Okay, well, they stopped because you asked for a reset, so that's why they didn't go any further.
Your
I
Honor, the
guess that
state
was
can proceed.
unclear.
Okay, why don't you send them back to negotiate? We have a lot of other hearings to do, and then we can work on what it is that y'all are talking about. So, unless Mr. McKay, you wanted to reset?
It doesn't matter to me, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, let's give it a try, and then if we don't have parts that agree, that's fine. I can spend more time to talk about it, but I'm just trying to, on a very basic part here, just figure out why we need to reset the case. So if you think we can finish it today, then let's try to do it today. I can't just tell you what I'm gonna decide when I don't know yet. So, all right, so let's go back to the room and we'll negotiate with you, and I can finish out the rest of our cases that we have. I have several other people waiting, and then maybe by then I can give you more time on your case. All right, so just wait a minute, and they'll send you an invite to join the waiting room. All right, let me just start over here. Do y'all both swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. All right. I guess it's a contested matter on all issues. So go ahead and proceed with your first witness activity.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Ravinsky, can you please state your name?
Jacqueline Rachel Ravinsky.
Can you state the name and ages of your kids?
Zamira Blanca McKay, she's 6, and Zuri Ness McKay, she's 2.
Who do the children currently live with?
Me.
And are you and Mr. McKay legally married?
I don't know, but we were married in Belize, and then we were supposed to get married here, so I'm not sure. I don't know the laws with that. We tried to get married when he moved here and he didn't want to, so yes, we were married in another country. I'm not sure if it's recognized, but
So you two were married in Belize.
yes,
Okay. And the children currently live with you.
yes.
Okay, how are your 2 children covered for insurance?
Comes out of my work paycheck. I have a TRS active care.
Okay, and do you cover both children for health and for dental?
I used to have dental and then I had to take it off. I couldn't have, it was really expensive and I couldn't afford it because of, I had breast cancer. So my medical bills and everything were just being, the bills with that, plus being single mom and having everything, I had to cut back on things. And I have a, it's not a dental insurance, but it's like an FSA card. So I've been able to put medical on that, or their dental so far, even though that's
Okay,
not.
so the health insurance coverage that covers you and your 2 children, you currently pay $675 a month,
Mhm.
and that's only for 3 people?
Yes, and
Okay.
there's more medical that comes out. I'm just not exactly sure how it works because there's the District of Garland pays, the teachers get also like a $300 I don't know what we call, like a stipend for teachers for medical as well. So I get, that, I think that comes out, or so mine is paid, but my kids, I have to pay the extra,
Okay.
basically.
But your actual plan is $675 a month.
Yeah, for the girls.
Okay. You and Mr. McKay ceased to live together in 2024, is that correct?
We lived together, often. As soon as he got his green card, he came here and he stayed with me back and forth.
Okay.
Yes,
You could
until
give us-
2024.
Ms. Ravinsky, if you could give us short answers, that would be helpful.
Okay, so sorry,
Too much
he
extra
stayed with
information.
me the entire time that,
Okay. You stopped living together in May 2024, is that correct?
yes,
Okay, and you're wanting retroactive child support for that year from May 2024 to March 2025, this month, is that correct?
correct.
Did Mr. McKay give you financial assistance between May 2024 and today, March 2025? Has he given you any money?
Yes, he's given me money, but I also, this is where it's tricky. So if you hear me out,
Ma'am,
as soon as,
ma'am, just tell me how much he gave you.
he gave me like, in August, he gave me $40 for gel mix. He gave me $300. I think when he got his job in December, maybe twice, he gave me it was a 305. And then he gave me, most
What was the last
recently,
number you said? Was it 395?
375.
Okay. Okay, proceed.
And then he gave me, I can look on my phone, I think 385, and it was on Cash App. And when you Cash App, it takes out money to receive the money, the funds. So they charge you. So it was about 375 again.
Based on the numbers you gave during negotiation, would you be in agreement to give him credit in the amount of $1,675 towards the retroactive child support?
The money didn't go to child support. I agreed to give him my vehicle because he needed a car for work and our kids needed to be picked up from school because I have to get a nanny after school. So I agreed to give him a vehicle, which he knows he's here, he can agree. He said he would make payments on the car and he lied and did not make payments and then he totaled the car. So I'm having to use all the money I have for that. And that's why I
Ms.
just,
Ravinsky, I don't know.
if he wants,
Ms. Ravinsky, I need you to try to give me short answers and not give me information I don't need. I don't care about the
I guess
car.
if Jamar
So what
wants
I
that,
need,
that's
excuse
fine.
me, I'm talking. We're gonna do this in an orderly manner. I need you to focus on just the question only. I don't need to know everything about everything. What we're just trying to find out is how much money did he give you for child support? That's it. Not anything else about a car or anything else. I need you to hold it together here. I know it's emotional here, but I cannot get your testimony if you're crying either. So I need you to answer. The question we're really trying to find out is how much money did he give you for child support for between May of 2024 and March of 2025?
Give me like three, like what I just said, three payments of, one was 300, one was 375, and one was 385.
Okay. Did that
That's
total
it.
up to $1,675?
Yep.
Okay, and that's all. I just need a yes there. Then we kind of know, at least have a starting point here for what you're saying, and then Mr. McKay will chime in later. But we're just trying to figure out what it is the money he gave. I don't really have anything to do with the car. We're not going to deal with your divorce. We're not going to deal with property dissolution. We're just dealing with the child support. Okay,
Yeah.
let's you go ahead and proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ma'am, Mr. McKay's working at Amazon at 14 hours a week, making $20.25, and the state used minimum wage to calculate support. The state's calculating child support at the amount of $227 a month, beginning April 1st, 2025. Are you in agreement to that?
I mean, I guess, can I have a question?
No,
If you can answer my,
I don't know, like, there's
either
no
agree to
proof
it
that
or you don't agree to it.
making. The only thing I'm wondering is because he told me he
It's
works
either
full
yes or no
time.
on this question. Do you
So
agree
did
to
he,
it or you don't agree to it? And then she's probably going to ask you another question to get more information.
do I
Straight
agree
answers,
that
please.
he makes that, or do I agree? Yes, if he makes that, yes, I agree. That's the regulations, I guess.
so ma'am, are you in it? I'm sorry, Your
Well,
Honor.
repeat the question, Ms. Satterfield.
Thank you. Ma'am, the state's calculating child support at $227 a month, beginning April 1st, 2025. Are you in agreement to that amount?
How did they get that amount?
Need an answer, not a question.
Oh, okay, yes.
Okay. We used minimum wage based on his reported income. Medical
That's still,
support is being calculated at $57 a month, beginning April 1st, 2025. Are you in agreement to that amount?
yes. Didn't know if we had to see a paycheck first to get verification, but I guess we'll just take his word for it.
I need you to answer yes or no. If you say
Yes,
yes,
I mean, I
it's
don't,
very easy. If you say no, then you can tell us why. But you're answering kind of maybe doesn't really give me
I
an answer.
don't feel
So if
like
you
I know what
listen,
I'm,
listen. I know you're having trouble listening, Ms. Ravinsky, and I'm not trying to be difficult with you. I'm just trying to get the information I need so that I can make a decision. If you agree to what she's asking, what the state is asking, you say yes, we move on to the next subject. If you're not in agreement, you can also say no, I don't agree, or just no. And then Ms. Satterfield's next question would be is why don't you agree? And then you can
okay,
ask
then
her
no.
more information. Are you talking over me again?
No, sorry,
So
I'm making
I'm trying to
my,
explain it to you because you think that I'm being difficult with you, but you're being difficult with me because I need you to answer in a clear way, specifically on the topic of what we're talking about. if you don't agree, that's fine. I'm not trying to twist your arm, but you can't answer a question with another question. I need you to give us an answer. And then if it's something we're unclear about, I'm pretty sure Ms. Atafi is going to ask you some clarifying questions right after that. If you're agreed to it, that's fine. Then we're going to move to the next topic. That's basically where we are. Okay, so I need you to answer truthfully and honestly, like we started out at the beginning. Please try to stay on topic so that I can get the information I need about what to do. But you're kind of giving us a question every time we ask you a question. We're not getting anywhere. Okay, do we understand each other, Ms. Ravinsky? Okay, so let me ask you the question again about the medical support. Ms. Atafi, go ahead and ask that one again, please.
Thank you. The state calculated medical support at $57 a month beginning April 1st, 2025. Are you in agreement for Mr. McKay to pay that?
No,
And can you explain why?
all I'm wondering, the reason why is, I just wanted verification of the hours maybe that he works, because I was from what he communicated with me on a very short notice, is that he works full time, 45 hours a week. So this is news to me. I didn't know that he didn't work. And then if there's sorry.
The state used minimum wage to make the calculations because Mr. McKay makes $20.25 an hour at 14 hours a week working for Amazon.
Okay,
And so the gross income is $1,256.67.
okay.
So that was the number used to calculate the medical support of $57 a month, okay? Okay. Now, retroactive child support based on the state's calculation is $2,457. But you're in agreement to give him credit for $1,675. So the state's asking for a retroactive judgment for child support in the amount of $822 with the payout of $20 a month beginning April 1st, 2025. Are you in agreement with that?
Yeah, yes,
Okay. Are you in agreement to be named joint managing conservators with Mr. McKay?
no,
Okay. You're asking to be named sole managing conservator.
of my children, for sure, yes.
Do you feel that you and Mr. McKay are unable to make decisions pertaining to your children together?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Are you guys unable to communicate together?
He doesn't communicate. I don't speak, he doesn't answer the phone. He'll go months without communication, months and months.
Okay. Has there been acts of family violence in the last 2 years between you and Mr. McKay?
There's been a lot of horrible things, so yes.
Okay. Did you say verbal or horrible? I'm sorry.
There's been a lot of trauma and traumatic things that have happened, yes,
In the last 2 years.
yes.
Okay.
And has the police been called out on any of these occasions?
No, he just,
Has
no,
there been any incident reports filed pertaining to the incidents that you're talking about?
no,
Okay. And has there been any family violence against the children in the last 2 years?
no, they've just been in the home with, witnessing.
Okay. And I think you're saying there have been verbal instances.
I would say I'm not allowed to be specific, or last year it got a little physical. is when he
Okay.
was living with me. So yeah, that,
So there was physical violence between you and Mr. McKay last year.
yes, it's not like he didn't hit me or anything, but we are like the aggression, pushing each other and stuff like that.
Okay, so you two were shoving each other.
I mean, this is hard to talk about because he's right here. So,
Okay.
you know, it's,
Do you have any safety concerns with Mr. McKay knowing your address or
he
your
already
phone
knows
number?
my address. He knows my address already.
Let's say you were to move, for instance, would you have any safety concerns with him having your address or phone number?
I don't want him having my address.
So you're asking
Yes.
for a non-disclosure of your address in the future?
Yes,
Okay. Would you be in agreement to Mr. McKay having a standard possession order with the children, and that's first, third, and fifth weekends of the month from Friday to Sunday and alternating holidays?
um, I'm not that agreement. That's a
You're
different.
not in agreement with him having standard possession?
What is standard possession like where he just takes them and goes?
So standard possession is he would be able to get the children Fridays at 6 p.m. through Sundays 6 p.m. on the first, third, and fifth weekends of the month. You two would alternate holidays. He would get Father's Day, you would get Mother's Day, and then he would get 30 uninterrupted days during the summer periods. That's what states the standard would be. Are you in agreement with that?
I want to say no, but can I explain like if there can be any modifications? He doesn't live alone. He lives with a bunch of adults he has other adults, other men in the home, and I have two little girls. They don't have their own room. If it was just him in his apartment, I would love that. But he's in a place like, I don't even know if I have a say in this, but he's with other
So you're not
adults.
in agreement.
Yeah, not, I would, no.
Okay, so are you wanting him to have supervised visitation?
Yes,
Okay, something like Saturdays 12 to 8?
absolutely, that would be fine.
Supervised by who?
Any family member, anybody.
Would you be in agreement for that to only be for a few months, maybe 2 months?
Sure, yep.
And then after that, would you be in agreement for standard possession after that period of possession?
I mean, I prefer to him to have his own place so that there's other men not around or like even their own room. I don't know, like there's men involved. I don't know.
Oh, okay, we can move on. Ma'am, you're asking to have the uncle, Carlos Castellanos, be the one supervising Mr. McKay, is that correct?
Yeah, he's just an uncle that lives close by, so he would be willing to spend the time to do that.
Okay, and they would be he would supervise at Mr. McKay's residence or Mr. Castellanos' residence?
I was thinking a mutual location, like at the Firewheel Mall or
For 8 hours, 12 to 8.
Jamar's always been welcome to come to like he could supervise at my house and I could leave. He's always
Okay.
been welcome to do that.
Okay. You're asking not to have a geographic restriction. Are you planning to move from the Dallas and surrounding counties anytime soon?
I'm unsure. I have offers from a teacher, but
So you're not in agreement to designate Dallas and the contiguous counties as your primary areas of residence? Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you aware that the father has two other children that we gave him credit for?
Jamar told me that the little girl, when I met him, was his cousin that he helps out. And then the son, by many people, say that it's not his. So I don't know with Jamar. I know he doesn't pay for either one of them. So it's news to me.
Okay. I pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, call Mr. McKay.
Mr. McKay, can you please state your full name?
Jamar Charles McKay.
And the name of your two children?
Zamira Blanca McKay. Zuri Ness McKay.
And Mr. McKay, is it true that the children live with Ms. Ravinsky?
Yes, that's true.
And you two separated in May of 2024?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
Sir, you stated that you're currently working for Amazon
Yes, ma'am.
and that you work 14 hours a week
Yes, ma'am.
and you make $20.25 an
That's
hour.
right.
Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sir, would you be willing to be ordered into the Choices program to help you find full-time employment?
I actually have another job that I just went in for to work full time at nighttime for Home Depot. And I
When
got
did that start?
this starts on Thursday.
It starts on Thursday?
Yeah, I go in there and I don't start the job. I go in there for their final assessment. I did everything else. They sent me the congratulation letter or whatever it's called and tell me to come in on Thursday for their final assessment. So I go from there to see if I get that job. And if not, I don't mind getting to that program, but I live in Frisco, Texas.
Okay, sir, would you be in agreement to set for temporary orders till you actually secure this new job?
Sure.
Okay, and we can reserve the support and arrears until you actually begin your new job.
That's fine. Yes, ma'am, that's fine.
Okay, now for the other matters, the mother's requesting to be named sole managing conservator. Are you in agreement for her to be named sole managing conservator?
No.
Are you asking to be
No.
named joint managing conservator?
Yes, ma'am. Joint managing conservator is fine.
Okay, are you able to make decisions with the mother for your children?
On a good day, yeah. From the time, yeah, I am able to make wise decisions with her because she would say make that decision and run it by me, and we would more than likely agree about it. If I don't have something to say, we would say it there before the decision is made. So yeah.
Would you like the court to order you two to communicate through an app called AppClose?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay. Are you in agreement to have supervised visits 12 to 8, first, third, fifth weekends of the month with your children?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And to be supervised by Carlos Castellanos?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay. And for 3 months?
That's fine. Yes, ma'am.
And then after that, the standard possession?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you in agreement for the mother not to have a geographic restriction?
Does that mean, am I in agreement to have her move away with my kids? Is that what that means?
That means that you would be in agreement that if she receives a job offer and wants to move from the Dallas and surrounding counties, that she could do so without a court order.
No, no, ma'am. I do not agree with that.
Okay, so you're asking for a geographic restriction.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, are you in agreement? You said you have two other children that are biological children of yours?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I said yes.
Okay. Your Honor, the state passes the witness, and the state asks for matters of support and arrears to be reserved and reset for a couple of months to give Mr. McKay an opportunity to begin this new job with Home Depot.
I'm not wanting to do a temporary order. If you want to ask me
Okay.
some questions about retroactive, then I can decide.
Okay. That'd be fine, Your Honor. Mr. McKay, the state is wanting to set child support at $227 based on minimum wage. Are you in agreement with that?
Yes, ma'am. I guess, yeah, sure.
Okay. The state's asking to set medical support at $57 a month, beginning April 1st, 2025. Are you in agreement with that?
Yes, ma'am.
The state calculated retroactive child support from May 2024 to March 2025, which is the period you two ceased to live together. And the amount we calculated was $2,457, and you were given a credit of $1,675, making the total judgment $822. Are you in agreement with that?
No, ma'am.
You don't believe you owe her any retroactive child support?
No, ma'am. Not at all.
Have you given her more than $1,675?
No, ma'am, but she sold over three to $4,000 of my tools when I tried to take it. She refused to give it to me, turned around and sold it on Facebook. I lost all my work because I was a handyman with my tools. I don't have any work. I can't do any work because she sold all of my tools, and that was $6,000 worth of tools. And I can show you the Facebook post that she did and sold everything. I don't have a single screwdriver. So
Okay.
I believe the money from that she sold it for should take care of whatever I owed her within 3 months. Because that's
Okay.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the state's calculation of $822, the state's asking that you repay that at the amount of $20 a month beginning April 1st, 2025. Are you in agreement with that?
Yes, ma'am.
So
It's
you'll
fine.
repay that $20. Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It'll get it out my way, anything to get it out my way. So it's fine.
Okay. Court costs are billed to you today, sir. You in agreement?
Excuse me?
Court costs are billed to you today. Are you in agreement?
Oh, no, ma'am. I'm not agreeing, not at all.
Okay. All right, I pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to make a ruling based on what y'all have told me today. Yeah, I don't think either one of you are going to like it, but that's what I'm ruling based on what y'all have presented. As far as insurance, obviously insurance is very expensive. I guess there's really no other options there. Mother is going to carry insurance. If you find another job, Mr. McKay or Ms. Ravinsky, then find out if they have insurance that's cheaper. I know from experience, teachers don't have cheap insurance, so that probably won't change depending on what school district you're in. But if you find insurance, either one of you find insurance that's cheaper, then that might be a better way to go, because the $675 a month is teetering on an unreasonable amount of money. So, but that's all that we have available as of today. So, as far as conservatorship, I'm ordering that Ms. Ravinsky be a sole managing conservator. She can make decisions without Mr. McKay regarding educational or medical decisions. That's mainly because y'all don't communicate well together. I understand some of that mostly is Ms. Ravinsky not communicating well, but maybe it's a mutual thing as well. So I've got to make a decision. We got to make a decision for the kids. So I'm doing sole managing conservatorship. I'm finding there's been no family violence in the last 2 years, so I'm not making any finding. That's the finding I'm making regarding that issue. Issues you had with arguing with each other are not family violence. There's no evidence of anything else. As far as restriction to that, Ms. Ravinsky is to live in Dallas or any contiguous county, so you cannot move out of the DFW area. You can live in Dallas County or any county that touches Dallas, from Tarrant to Collin to Kaufman, any county that touches Dallas, you can move to, but you must live in this area so that Mr. McKay can exercise his visitation rights. On visitation, there's no reason to do supervised visitation. You're wanting me to assume and speculate that the men that Mr. McKay lives with are sex offenders and they're going to do something to the children. And I cannot assume that. I don't have any evidence to that. I cannot dictate to you how your, those kinds of things as far as who your roommates are and things like that. Um, Mr. McKay has to have rights to visit with his kids, and both of y'all as parents are supposed to make sure that your children are safe when they're with you. So I would expect that if y'all are around somebody that's dangerous, that you probably wouldn't want to leave the kids around that person, or you would at least be supervising during that time. That's not enough of a reason for me to do supervised visitation, just because we're speculating that something's going to happen. So I'm ordering a standard visitation. Mr. McKay has the right to pick up the kids from your residence, Ms. Ravinsky, on Friday at 6 on those weekends, every other weekend, first, third, and fifth weekends until Sunday at 6. He will bring the children back. And then holidays are split up. And he also has the right to visit every Thursday night if he chooses from 6 to 8 every week. And then the summer visitation. There's no reason for us to have anything different than that, other than you just don't like it. Y'all have been together with the kids, and other than y'all breaking up, there isn't any other reason why the kids shouldn't be around each of you. They did not get, just because y'all two argued, doesn't mean that y'all did anything to your kids. And if the kids are like, when they see parents arguing, they're not going to take a side. They're going to say both my parents were arguing, and so that's still not family violence. Y'all need to make sure that you don't discuss your case around your kids. You need to say positive things about the other parent as much as you can, because it reflects on them what you tell them about the other parent, because they're half of each of you. And anything negative you say, really, is going to speak negatively of yourself, not the other parent, is the way I look at it. So even though y'all two have issues with each other, romantic issues, those things don't matter to the kids. Y'all may still have some unresolved issues regarding property and your divorce, but those don't matter to the kids. Those are issues between you two. That's something that y'all will have to address at a later date when y'all file for divorce. You're still married. Doesn't matter where you got married. Once you get married, you're married. That's, when this in the United States, we follow the laws of any country that pertain. So in this kind of case, y'all got married. It doesn't matter where you got married. You're married. Okay, so eventually y'all are going to have to file for divorce, and then y'all can deal with your other property issues that I'm not resolving today, if you shall choose. But that's where we are on that. I'm finding that Mr. McKay, you're underemployed, working 14 hours a week isn't going to work for me. And obviously we can't put you into the job program because you don't live in Collin County. So that won't help. I wish it could. So I'm setting child support at $300 a month instead of the $227, to kind of be somewhere where we need to be, with you working a few more hours than 14 hours. The medical support, I mean, it's going to be $57 a month. That's not really paying much on the $675. But as I explained earlier, we got to figure out another solution for health insurance. And I don't know if there is anything else that we can do, but that's pretty much the max I can set on the medical support. As far as the other issues like the property, I cannot take that as a child support payment. If she sold your tools or your other property, that doesn't count as child support. That's part of your property issues. So I'm granting a judgment for $822 for back child support, which is the difference in what you have given her in money and what you didn't pay. And you need to pay that at $20 a month until paid in full. Court costs to be paid by Mr. McKay. Dallas County will bill you separately for that. All right, so this is going to be a final order. You have the right to appeal my decision if you choose. Otherwise, either way, this will be the order until you get a judge to do something different. I hope that hopefully this will work. I'm trying to be basis on what y'all have presented to me and what is fair and based on the law. As I said at the beginning, you probably both won't like what I ruled, but this is what I think is fair in your case. And then later on, when y'all file for divorce, maybe y'all could ask the judge at that point, maybe to change things, but I think that's what's fair. So we're doing standard visits, child support at $300. All payments have to be paid through the child support office. They cannot be paid directly to the children or to the mother. So any payments will need to be paid through the employer or directly to the child support office. If you become fully employed, Mr. McKay, somewhere, let the Attorney General's office know where that is immediately, so they can send out a withholding order so we don't have any gaps in payments. All right, I hope that works for y'all better. Hopefully things will improve from here on, at least that we've taken care of these parts. And it all depends upon how y'all are able to communicate with each other. Y'all have got to communicate regarding your children, even though you may have other issues that are unrelated to them. All right, the Attorney General's office will email you a copy of the order. Y'all are done with court. You can press leave on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.